World War II explained and AMP. The secret life of World War II spies. From the ashes of a world still reeling from the Great War, a new, far more terrifying conflict began to brew. It was a storm of steel and fire, a clash of nations that would engulf the globe. But beneath the thunder of artillery and the roar of aircraft, another war was being fought. This was a war of whispers and shadows, of hidden agendas and deadly secrets. It was a conflict waged by unseen heroes and unsung villains, where the truth was a weapon and deception a shield. This is the story of World War II and the secret lives of the spies who shaped its destiny. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe for more value. Like, share, and smash the bell notification so you don't have to miss any update. The world of the 1930s was a powder keg, simmering with unresolved tensions and burgeoning ideologies. Economic depression had crippled nations, fostering resentment and a desperate search for new leadership. In this fertile ground, extremist movements took root and began to flourish. Adolf Hitler's rise to power in Germany marked a chilling turning point. His National Socialist Party, fueled by promises of national revival and racial purity, quickly dismantled democratic institutions. Across Europe and Asia, aggressive expansionist regimes emerged, each with their own ambitions for dominance. Japan's imperial ambitions in Asia, Italy's fascist expansion in Africa, and Germany's relentless push for Lebensraum in Europe created an unstable global landscape. The League of Nations, designed to prevent such conflicts, proved tragically ineffective. Appeasement policies only emboldened the aggressors, paving the way for inevitable confrontation. The invasion of Poland by Nazi Germany in September 1939 shattered any remaining illusions of peace. Britain and France, bound by treaties, declared war, igniting the deadliest conflict in human history. World War II had begun, a cataclysmic struggle that would redefine the very fabric of civilization. World War II was a monumental clash of ideologies, democracy versus fascism, and later, communism versus fascism. On one side stood the Axis powers, primarily Germany, Italy, and Japan, united by their expansionist aims and authoritarian rule. Their vision was one of conquest and domination, a new world order built on subjugation. Opposing them were the Allied powers, a diverse coalition that eventually included Great Britain, France, the Soviet Union, and the United States. Though initially hesitant and often at odds, these nations eventually united against a common, existential threat. Their fight was for freedom, self-determination, and the preservation of democratic values. The war unfolded across multiple theaters, each with its own brutal characteristics. In Europe, the Blitzkrieg swept across the continent, demonstrating a terrifying new form of warfare. The Eastern Front became a brutal, grinding struggle between Germany and the Soviet Union, marked by unprecedented scale and savagery. In the Pacific, Japan's rapid expansion challenged American and British interests, leading to devastating naval battles and island-hopping campaigns. The conflict was total, involving not just armies but entire populations, with civilians becoming direct targets and industrial might becoming a crucial weapon. The sheer scale of destruction and loss of life was unimaginable, forever altering the course of human history. While armies clashed on battlefields and navies fought on the high seas, another war raged in the shadows. This was the domain of spies, a clandestine world of deception, courage, and betrayal. These hidden players, often operating alone or in small, isolated cells, risked everything to gather intelligence, sabotage enemy operations, and influence the course of the war. Their lives were a constant tightrope walk between discovery and success. Every conversation was a potential trap, every stranger a possible enemy agent. They lived under assumed identities, their true selves buried deep beneath layers of fabricated history. The stakes were unimaginably high. A single mistake could mean capture, torture, or execution. Spies came from all walks of life. Diplomats, journalists, resistance fighters, even ordinary citizens caught in extraordinary circumstances. They were trained in the arts of espionage, dead drops, coded messages, clandestine meetings, and the subtle art of persuasion. Their missions ranged from stealing blueprints of new weapons to infiltrating high-level enemy commands. The intelligence they gathered was vital. It informed strategic decisions, revealed enemy intentions, and often saved countless lives. Codebreakers worked tirelessly in hidden bunkers, deciphering encrypted communications that could turn the tide of a battle. Saboteurs disrupted supply lines and destroyed critical infrastructure, weakening the enemy from within. This secret war was as crucial as any fought on the front lines. Among the countless tales of espionage, some stand out for their sheer audacity and profound impact. One of the most significant was the work conducted at Bletchley Park in England. Here, brilliant mathematicians, linguists, and cryptanalysts worked in absolute secrecy to break the seemingly unbreakable German Enigma code. Their success provided the Allies with invaluable insights into German military plans, troop movements, and U-boat locations. This intelligence, known as Ultra, is widely credited with shortening the war by at least 2 years and saving millions of lives. Beyond the codebreakers, individual agents performed acts of incredible bravery. Take the story of Noor Inayat Khan, an Indian princess and Sufi mystic who became a British Special Operations Executive Agent. Operating as a wireless operator in occupied France, she was constantly hunted by the Gestapo. Despite immense danger, she continued to transmit vital intelligence, often the only link between the French resistance and London, until her eventual capture and execution. Her courage under extreme pressure was legendary. Another remarkable figure was Juan Pujol Garcia, codenamed Garbo by the British, a Spanish double agent. He managed to convince the Germans he was a dedicated spy, while secretly working for the Allies. Garbo created an elaborate network of fictitious sub-agents, feeding the Germans a constant stream of plausible but ultimately misleading information. His most significant contribution was his role in deceiving the Germans about the location of the D-Day landings, convincing them the invasion would occur at Pas de Calais, not Normandy. This elaborate deception was critical to the success of Operation Overlords. These are just a few examples of the countless men and women who operated in the shadows. Their stories, often untold for decades due to their classified nature, reveal the extraordinary human capacity for courage, ingenuity, and sacrifice. They remind us that the war was not just fought with tanks and planes, but with minds and secrets. The intelligence gathered by spies and codebreakers had a profound and often decisive impact on the course of World War II. It was the unseen hand guiding strategic decisions, preventing catastrophic losses, and enabling crucial victories. Without accurate information about enemy capabilities and intentions, Allied forces would have been fighting blind, facing far greater risks, and suffering even heavier casualties. Consider the Battle of the Atlantic, where German U-boats threatened to cut off Britain's vital supply lines. The breaking of the Enigma code, particularly the naval Enigma, allowed the Allies to reroute convoys away from U-boat wolfpacks and target the submarines themselves. This intelligence was instrumental in turning the tide of the battle, ensuring that essential supplies and troops reached Britain, a critical factor in sustaining the war effort. Intelligence also played a pivotal role in major offensives. The deception operations leading up to D-Day, heavily reliant on double agents like Garbo, were a masterclass in strategic misdirection. By convincing the Germans that the invasion would occur elsewhere, the Allies achieved crucial surprise, allowing their forces to establish a foothold in Normandy and begin the liberation of Western Europe. This single act of deception saved countless lives and accelerated the end of the war. Beyond grand strategy, intelligence saved individual lives. Warnings of impending air raids, based on intercepted communications, allowed civilians to seek shelter. Information about enemy troop movements enabled commanders to avoid ambushes or launch preemptive strikes. The silent work of spies and analysts directly translated into tangible advantages on the battlefield, shortening the conflict and mitigating its devastating human cost. Their contributions, though often hidden, were absolutely indispensable. The secret war of intelligence and espionage during World War II left an indelible legacy. It reshaped the very nature of warfare, demonstrating that information could be as powerful as any weapon. The methods and technologies developed during this period, from advanced cryptography to sophisticated deception techniques, laid the groundwork for modern intelligence agencies around the world. The lessons learned about human intelligence, signals intelligence, and counterintelligence continue to inform global security strategies to this day. But beyond the strategic implications, the legacy of these spies is one of extraordinary human courage and ingenuity. They were ordinary men and women who, when faced with unimaginable pressure and danger, chose to act. They operated in a world where trust was a luxury and betrayal a constant threat. Yet they persevered, driven by a profound sense of duty and a belief in the cause of freedom. Their sacrifices, often made in anonymity, contributed directly to the Allied victory and the eventual defeat of tyranny. Their stories remind us that heroism takes many forms. It is not always found on the battlefield, but sometimes in the quiet determination of a codebreaker, the daring of a double agent, or the resilience of a resistance fighter. These individuals, who lived and died in the shadows, deserve our recognition and remembrance. Their bravery ensured that the light of liberty would not be extinguished. The Secret Life of World War II Spies is a testament to the human spirit's capacity for resilience, innovation, and profound sacrifice. It is a chapter of history that continues to intrigue and inspire, revealing the hidden depths of a conflict that changed the world forever. We hope this journey into the hidden world of World War II espionage has been as captivating for you as it was for us to explore. The stories of these brave individuals, operating in the shadows, are a crucial part of our shared history. Their sacrifices and ingenuity deserve to be remembered and understood. If you found this documentary insightful and engaging, please consider leaving a comment below. Share your thoughts, your own knowledge, or any questions you might have. Your engagement helps us to continue creating valuable content. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more historical explorations and untold stories. Sharing this video with friends, family, or fellow history enthusiasts also helps us reach a wider audience and keep these important narratives alive. Every share, like, and comment contributes to building a community dedicated to understanding the past. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into World War II and the secret lives of its spies. Your viewership supports our mission to bring compelling, accurate, and educational historical content to light. We are grateful for your time and attention. Remember the heroes, both seen and unseen, who shaped the world we live in today. Their legacy endures. Now that you've seen this part of the story, the next video reveals even more. Don't miss how it all connects. Click the next video and uncover what happens next.